Period. To keep it real, I'm not that friendly. I'm just charismatic. I used to think I needed him, but I was just a. Okay. Hello, everybody. Welcome to a new video. Okay. I just had an epiphany and I feel like it was a download for me. And I feel like it's just going to show like kind of like the energy of what's going to be happening on social media in general. So I'm gonna keep a tight lip. Okay. Today's video, welcome. If you're new, welcome. If you're a returning viewer, welcome. Make sure that you engage. I love when you guys engage. I would really appreciate it. And today's video is about how to read energy. Okay. So this video is just going to kind of talk about basically how I read energy and how I would explain, right, to someone, a child specifically, right, on how to read energy. So it's kind of a beginner kind of how to read energy. I do think that as you grow more into your psychic gifts and as you learn more, you lean into your clear abilities, you will be able to, it's going to tune and be refined for you, right? You're going to refine it for yourself. But this is just like a basic kind of thing. And also remember that even when we don't know that we're reading energy before we put a name to it, we were already doing it. So it's kind of like becoming more aware of what we were already doing. Okay. So I don't even know where to start. Okay, I guess I'll start with the clairs. So there's quite a bit of clairs, and they each are a part of each sense. So you have clairsentience, clairaudience, claircognizant, clair. I know there's the one with the smell. There's one with the touch. I think it's like Claire Augustine, something like that. And I'm also missing one more. Claircognizant, Claire. Oof, I don't remember. But it's like a clear knowing, which is claircognizant, clear hearing, clear feeling, etc., etc. Okay. So I am a Cancer moon. I gotta tie this back to astrology. Okay. I'm a Cancer moon. Just because of your astrological placements doesn't mean that like, oh, you can't be Claire, insert here, right? Um, again, you have to pay attention to like how you feel naturally, whether it's your feelings or your hearing or your knowing or your smelling, your tasting, whatever it is, like you will already know. You know what I mean? And so the astrology doesn't really matter. I was just saying that like I am clairsentience more than any other Claire. And I'm a Cancer moon, I'm a Pisces rising. I'm also very much claircognizant, which is clear knowing, and I also have a lot of Aquarius in the chart. So there's a lot of people that do say that it is tied, but I personally I could see it because it's all energy anyway. But like I said, I'm just saying that so that there's a parallel. You can see that there's a I'm trying to find the word like there's a connection, okay, so that we can make sense of it, right? We need a Virgo this, okay, because I could get very you want to get Pisces, I could go there. So that's my main thing. It's like if you want to go Pisces, you met your match. But let's keep it a little bit Virgo, okay? So in terms of clairsentience, right, when it comes to let's just very basic talk about walking into a room. So if you watch my Jupiter and Pisces video, I talked a little bit about compassion and clairsentience and empathy, right? Empathy is huge with clairsentience, okay? One of the best ways to like read energy is by knowing yourself. That's going to be like number one, especially with clairsentience, is going to be knowing yourself, because you're going to have to differentiate your feelings and your emotions from others. So one way that I do that by honing into my own energy is meditating and spending a lot of time alone. Now, I've throughout the recent years, I've learned to spend time with people. I've learned how to balance, right? And I recognize that I really do like spending time with people. Okay. And so what I do is when I'm spending time by myself, I'm getting to know myself and my true energy. So, what are some ways that you can do that, right? Meditation. Meditation comes in all and many, many forms: dancing, washing the dishes, any type of cleaning, reading, um, doing whatever activity it is that you like, that you find pleasure in, is a really, really good meditative practice. I would say that. And that could be because I have moon in the fifth. So that's a really, really good way to get in tune to who you are, because you're doing it for yourself. Ooh, that's a word right there. When you are engaged in some type of pleasurable act, so watching a favorite show from when you were a kid, or like sometimes I'll just like read my tarot cards just because like I like the feel of shuffling the cards and reading, the cards and stuff like that. Um, so like in that way, right? It's just me. You know what I mean? It's literally only me. Okay. Now, yes, when we're talking about like watching movies and watching TVs, there's definitely other energies that are there too. Don't get me wrong. So you probably want to engage in something where it literally is just you. You know what I mean? Dancing, right? Dancing to like a certain like music with no lyrics. That's a really good way. Um, again, like cooking, cleaning, whatever it is that you do, but make sure that it's just you. And over time, you're gonna start to notice your default energy. Okay. And once you get to know your default energy, whenever you walk in a room, whenever you're with whoever, you're around whoever, you're immediately going to be able to pick up when you feel not like yourself. Okay. Now, obviously, we change moods, right? Especially as a Cancer moon. Okay. We change moods throughout times, throughout our days, whatever, depending on the phase, depending on how we feel. So, it is important to, again, get to know yourself and how you feel in many different, environments and many different modes of being. Okay. Just start with whatever is the most natural for you right now. And what I mean by that is, if you know that the top places you go to, right, is home, work, and maybe pick any place here, right? Let's say the library, right? Those are the places that you most frequent, right? So now get to know how you are when you are at home. How are you when you're at work? Now, work has a lot of different people's energy in it, right? But that's why it's so important to know who you are. Okay, you have to know who you are, okay? Even like when you're meditating or whatever you're doing at home, start to feel, how would you want to feel at work? What's your default energy when it comes to work? Okay. And if you're not feeling like that when you're at work, there's other energies at play. Okay. Same thing when you're in the library. Okay. When you are by yourself, that is the perfect time to get in tuned to how your energy is when you're in other places. Use your imagination. Okay. And sometimes it's easy even to not use your imagination, right? Think about like somebody calls you up and they start talking about somebody you don't like. That person is not even in the room, but as soon as you heard their name, your attitude changed, right? So that's what I'm saying. Like when you think about work, there's a certain emotion, there's a certain feeling that you have towards it, right? How do you want that feeling to be? Maybe it's not good right now, but how do you want it to be? Right? That's going to tell you a lot of about, is it other people's energy interfering, or and maybe it's time to go. You know what I mean? Maybe it's time to let go of this job, right? You're going to have to know what that means for you. Okay? So that's why I say get in tune with your own energy, because then when you're around other people, you're going to start to notice, as a clairsentient, am I feeling someone else's energy or is this my energy? Okay. Um, and that's just for clairsentience. Okay. For claircognizant is super interesting because it doesn't really have to do with other people's energies. I mean, like it does, but it also doesn't. It's not affected for the most part by another's energy like clairsentience is. Okay. Claircognizant and some of the other clairs have a lot to do with again, you have to know yourself, being a clear channel and being able to tell, that information from another information outside of you, right? Whereas clairsentience is your feelings and another person's feelings, and you are processing that internally. Do you get the difference, right? So for all my clairsentients out there, I feel you. We out here. Okay, get to know yourself. It is so important. And one of the things too, start calling people out, not in like a, y'all know what I mean. Yeah, I hope y'all could feel what I mean. Like when I say call people out, I'm saying like really be inquisitive. When you are around others and you want to strengthen your gifts, it's time to start putting it into practice. Okay, so this means if I'm around someone and I'm noticing that I'm not feeling myself, right? Ask questions. You know what I mean? We have to start using our gifts. We have to start practicing, right? And the more that we can put a name and, the more we can also um, uh, be compassionate and give attention to whatever another person may be feeling, right? The more we're going to learn about how to use our gifts, about how our gifts can be used uniquely to us as well, because not all clairsentients are the same. Not all empaths or clair insert here's are the same. And then we start to tune in more to our unique, gift. So I hope that this video helped any of you guys out there. And let me know if in the comments if this has helped you out. If you guys are out there and you guys are like seasoned clairsentients, give us some tips, tell us what we can work with. Um, and yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I'll catch you guys in another video. Bye.